YouTube. It's your boy Trucker Will. We trucking it like always. Trying to make this money. Trying to make this dough. So in this video, guys, I'm going to talk about what other options do you have. We're going to talk about it next on trucking. What is going on, you in the tube? This your boy Trucker Will. We trucking it like always, trying to make this money, trying to make this dough. But before we get into it, remember to like, subscribe, and share, and hit that bell below so you know when I come out with new videos on my black top journey. So in this video, guys, the last two videos I had, I talked about how the 10 things I liked about Prime and the 10 things I hated about Prime, and that's just to give you my perspective and my opinion. Now in this video, we're talking about what other choices do you have. And what I mean by what other choices that you have to look at what the economy is looking like, what jobs are looking like, why things are seeming to shrink, per se. So when people say, well, you can go over here, you can go over here, there's more money 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 everywhere. At the end of the day, there's even go buy your own truck. But you gotta have money to make money. And most people don't talk about that. They say go buy your own truck. They may say go do this. You have to gauge it on whether you want to invest sus money in sus economy and be it without that money. So most people get a truck and they go take it to the spot market because the spot market is paying, obviously it's supposed to be paying more, and statistically speaking it does, but most people forgot what the spot market was originally for. And a lot of things are out here talking about how, you can pretty much get your own truck, but people don't talk about getting your own truck and the cost of getting your own truck. So I had a truck at one point. It was about 2 years ago, right before COVID really hit really hard. And I had a driver, and such driver got married, and such driver had a baby, and such driver had to come off the road. And in the midst of all of that, there was breakdowns. Now, nobody talks about the breakdown cost of owning your own truck. Nobody does. So, to give you a little perspective, when you go buy that great truck and you're like, I'm gonna go make $1 million and I'm gonna do this, nobody tells you that you have to have that bobtail insurance. That bobtail insurance is probably gonna cost you anywhere from $200 to $250 to $500, just depending. So then you have to have that. Then you have to have sus money to get your truck to sus place to start making money. So you gotta, however the part of the company is where you're taking that truck, you have to have money for that. So you're putting a lot of money out to start. Now, once you put the money out to start, it's like, cool. So say you put out $1,000. Now you're negative that $1,000 for that original investment, right? So now you get on the road, but such driver maybe he's not a veteran driver, so now he needs a GPS, and now you know maybe he wasn't trained the correct way. In my situation, I trained my driver, so he knew what he needed to do and how he needed to run and where he needed to run and stuff like that, and I was booking the loads. That's the other thing, booking your own loads. People don't know all the intricate details that go along with booking your own loads, and how the percentage that you're being told, the 100% of the load, nobody gets 100% of the load. You might get 90, you might get 80, but you're never getting 100%. And those are breakdowns of costs that people don't talk about when they just tell you to go buy your own truck, right? So people don't talk about the breakdowns. Now, you may not have a breakdown right away. It's about when it happens, not if, it's when it happens, right? And you have to be prepared for that. And you want to have like essentially a slush fund of money just sitting over there for those breakdowns. Now, when you are starting, unless you got a business loan and you got a couple $100,000 just sitting over here to go towards your truck, you are basically taking a big gamble taking a big gamble on your credit, taking a big gamble on your financial stability, taking a big gamble. And most people don't talk about that big gamble. You can gamble on yourself and it can work. You can gamble on yourself and it cannot work. It's a choice. You know, it is a cost to be the boss, right? But what I hear a lot of is that people say go buy your own truck, and they don't tell you the consequences or the reality of going after your life, right? So you go buy a truck, you got to put money down on that truck. I put $17,000 down on my truck, right? Of that $17,000, I had to still have money over here for breakdowns, roadside calls, tires, anything that could possibly go on. I had to go pay money for the insurance. I had to go pay money for the Easy Pass. I had to have all this money upfront costs, and those costs don't leave. They stay every month until you lease on with a company. A lot of people say, go buy your own authority, go get your own authority. There's only certain brokers that are going to work with you when you start your own authority, and there's a cost for that too. So the smarter way is to go lease on with a company. But there's a whole bunch of costs that nobody really talks about, the behind the scenes of starting. And if you get sus company to bring you on and you're going to book your own loads, like you can book your own loads, people make it seem like it's ridiculously hard. It's not ridiculously hard. It's you have to be a people person. You have to be able to communicate. You have to be able to talk to people and ask and negotiate. It's a negotiation. It's kind of bartering. Bartering my service is what you know what, and then they got to get paid, and then you got to get paid. But then there's a factoring cost. There's a broker cost. Whatever the cost is, that's what you gotta negotiate, right? So when you're over here at Prime, you don't have to worry about the negotiation. Now you hear us drivers talk about how we don't make a lot of money, or we're making money, and how we're capped at a specific amount. Those are contracts. Now if you're in the spot market, it's not a contract. It's you have to negotiate that rate, and the rates go up and down. That's why, statistically speaking, it's about 20 cents different from spot market to contracted as far as rates, just overall average. That's an average. It's not set in stone. It's just a number that I found from another gentleman that I talked to. So you guys have to understand that what other choice do you have? You find a good company that's gonna pay you. You know, we have our ups or downs. We're pissed off every now and again, but it's a legit stable company. It's a legit company that's ingrained and rooted in the economy, ingrained and rooted in society is how you're gonna run. You look at the Prime DOT, it's one of the oldest DOT numbers in the world. One of the oldest. You can talk to some of these old heads, and you know what I mean by an old head. He'll tell you back in the day, he'll be like, yeah, back in the day, you saw Prime coming up in your rearview mirror, you moved the hell out the way. And that's 100% correct, because they have one of the oldest DOT numbers, and they work hard to keep that DOT number, you know, good. So if you look at the story of Rob Lowe, he was a truck driver. So a lot of the amenities that we have at Prime are based off of what a truck driver would like, or what he feels is a good setup for a truck driver. He's a good businessman. He's not a multi-billionaire for no reason. But when you look and you're looking all over the place, you want to find something that's going to be consistent. You want to find something that's going to help you, propel you to be the best you, give you the best possibilities to win and the opportunity to win. Yes, you have YouTubers that's on Facebook and Instagram, TikTok, you know, Facebook groups just complaining their wholly living life away. But you have drivers that don't win over here. They complain. They said, oh, Prime this, Prime that. Sometimes you have to take it not at face value, because not everybody comes over here and wins because they have certain stipulations and things that they want to do, and that's non-negotiables for them. Cool. There's a certain way you have to run. There's a certain way that you have to do things, and you have to be willing to do what others won't do. Not bitch about it, not complain about it, but just do it, you know, and the karma comes back around at some point. This video is getting a little too long, but I will come back in with another one. If you guys want to hear more off of this conversation, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and we'll come back and have more about this conversation. But in closing, guys, you have to understand that out of everything that goes on, there's not necessarily another company that I would rather be at. I started at England, and that was a progressively move up and forward. Don't want to go backwards, always want to move forward. And at this specific point in time, I want you to ask yourself, the company that you're at, if you were to go to another company, would it be a step forward or a step back or a step sideways? Remember to be blessed, less stress, keep the left door closed, right foot down, only when it's safe, guys. Like always, guys, I'll see you on the blacktop. Safe trucking. Later.